Hey guys, it's Rose. We're on week 3, topic of suicide. Um, I just want to start off by saying if you are feeling suicidal, there is a national hotline you can reach at 1-800-273-8255. I'm going to put it down in the little comment section as well as a reminder. They're there 24/7. There's always going to be someone to pick up on the other line and talk to you. You know, they're there to help. If you're feeling suicidal, please reach out to them because you do matter. You are worth something on this planet. And I just hope that my words can reach out to you and get to you in your time of need. Like I said before, I kind of started this YouTube channel as kind of like a vent thing for myself, just to kind of hear myself talk and talk through some of my own issues. And then I realized I could help other people. So that's what I want to do. I want to help you guys, realize that suicide is not the answer. It's not. There's so many people that will be affected by it, and your life is worth living, and there's so many things you can experience, and you can't experience it if you're gone. I once had I once majorly considered suicide, and there's so many things that I've experienced now that I wouldn't have gotten to experience if I had ended my life all those months ago. Yeah, so if I start crying, I got tissues because I'm going to talk about that experience. Unfortunately, my friend could not come on the phone. She is busy. Life of an adult, which sadly I am. Like I said in just last Monday's video, my little sister has had several people her age, some friends of hers in middle school, these preteens who thought that there was no way out and they ended their lives. So I know how it affects the community. And I think last week I mentioned this. I didn't know that I had mental health issues until around middle school, high school time. And I didn't realize I was feeling suicidal until near my last years of high school. Because I didn't know what suicidal tendencies were. Yeah. I am a very emotional person, and sometimes my emotions get the best of me, and I know that's most likely the case with a lot of people who consider suicide. They get their emotions high, and they're not thinking straight, and they think that this is just the only way. When I was in high school, I'd get in fights with my folks. We didn't have the best relationship when I was younger. And I'd sit in my room and contemplate running away and hiding. I'd sit in my room and contemplate what they would do if they came in and found me dead. And I didn't really talk to anyone about these. And I almost acted on it once when I was younger. And the only reason I didn't was because it was dinner time. So something as small as that saved my life that night. But yeah, it was hard. I'm gonna start crying. The most recent suicide attempt I had was actually just a few months ago. And it was winter break. I came home for winter break, and like I said, my parents and I didn't really have the best relationship when I was growing up, and it got better when I left for college. And recently it's just been getting a little rocky because I know they want what's best for me and everything, but I just feel like they're trying to control me. And we both lash out, and we lash out at each other, and we say things we don't mean. And well, over winter break, they were going away for a weekend trip with a couple of their family friends. But before they did, I came home and we got in a huge fight about money and about what I was doing with my life and where I was going and what I was wanting to do. And one of my parents got a little too heated and threatened to kick me out, disown me, and cut me off from everyone I've ever known. And I said some things back that I didn't mean, but it was really hard. And I know that it was my emotions. I was really riled up, and I was hurt from what they said. And We went to bed angry. All of us. We went to bed super angry at each other, still mad, and my parents left that morning, early morning. And I called up my best friend, and I was crying because as soon as they had left, I found every single pill in my room, and I put it in a cup, and I held it in my hand, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna end my life. I'm gonna take all these pills, and I'm just gonna die. And I was crying on the phone with my friend, and the only reason I didn't end my life that night was because I was home alone, and I had my dog, and she's super old, and I was like, who's gonna feed her for the next couple days if I'm not here? And my friend, she bless her, she's like, I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna tie you down, and you're not gonna be able to move because you can't leave me. So something as simple as my dog and my best friend saved my life that night, that morning. Oh my god, I'm gonna start crying. um, my parents never found out about my attempt. And I never told anyone else. Um, don't start crying. Don't start crying. um, so my best friend saved my life, and my dog saved my life that day. And since then, I haven't had suicidal thoughts, which in part is because I started therapy around that time, right after I tried to end my life. I started therapy, and that really helped me. So I urge you guys, get therapy, call the National Suicide Hotline, talk to someone, reach out, please, like I did, because if I had ended my life back in December, I wouldn't have gotten the chance to see the ladybug on my windowsill this morning. I wouldn't have gotten the chance to wrestle with my dog over spring break. I wouldn't have gotten the chance to finally talk with my little sister and have a heart to heart. I wouldn't have gotten the chance to try on a bridesmaid gown with my older sister. I wouldn't have had the chance to do so many things if I had ended my life. And I'm so happy with my life right now. I'm actually happy with where I am. And I know that I will probably have struggles and fights with my folks, with my parents in the future, and will probably cry and scream and kick, and threats will be thrown again. But I know that I can make it no matter what happens. And I want you guys to know that you too can make it no matter what happens. No matter where you come from, no matter what you're going through, no matter where you think you're headed to, you have control over your future and you can make it happy. There are so many resources out there that I wish I had known about, that I wish I had managed to get a hold of before things got so drastic where I was staring down the metaphorical barrel of a gun. I'm so close to tears right now, and I'm holding it back. I don't want to make this like super sad. I don't want to make this selfish or something sad that you watch when you're feeling down. I want this to be relatable. I want this to be something you can look at and be like, hey, she made it. I can make it. I've never once thought I'd be here in college in a dorm room, and yet here I am. I never thought I'd have a best friend on phone, who I can, when I'm home, I can run off to her apartment and hang out with her and eat pizza and watch sappy rom-coms while drinking wine and giggling. I never once thought I'd have a healthy relationship with my siblings, and yet here I am. And you can have that too. You just have to use the resources available and give a big fuck you to society, because society doesn't give a fuck about you. But individual people, people in your lives, in your community, they do. They care about you. I'm getting emotional. Whew. Yeah, so yeah. So yeah, suicide it's a heavy subject, and it happens all the time, everywhere. And I wish I could stop it. I wish I could yell from the top of the buildings and be like, don't do it. Your life is worth something. So many people care about you. I wish I could shut it off. I wish I could stop people from doing it, but I can't. If I can prevent just one person from this video from ending their life tonight, I'd count that as a win. You know, I'm going to put the National Suicide Hotline down in my little intro topic section. Whew. And my metaphorical door is always open. You know, you can DM me through my Twitter account. It's at Rose YouTubes, ROSEYOUTUBES. I'm always available to talk. If you feel comfortable sharing your own stories, or words of encouragement or anything, put it in the comments. On Friday, I'm going to kind of do a wrap up, introduce next week's subject, which I'm going to try to do something light and funny just to make up for all this. Before I start crying on camera, hit that subscribe button so you get notified whenever I post. And just know that I'm always here. I'm making these videos so that you know that you're not alone, that there's people out there that have experienced the same thing you have, maybe not in the same context, but we have. All right, before it gets worse, I will see you guys on Friday. Until then, keep blooming, my beautiful flowers, and I'll see you then.